101R Smith here, and today we will be looking at the Master Grade Gundam Sandrock Custom, the final P-Bandai release of the Endless Waltz collection. Now let's rock, baby!
Are you both ready to go?
Yeah, anytime you are.
This is what Operation Meteor should be.
Let's go now!
This is release that I've been waiting months for. Finally, Sandrock Custom is here, the final Master Grade release of the Master Grade Endless Waltz. Now, like me, I bet some of you are still very frustrated, angry, and disappointed out of the fact that Bandai has decided to make this P-Bandai, which, again, technically doesn't really make sense because Wing Zero Custom and Death Scythe Hell Custom were regular releases. Yet, Ultron, Heavy Arms, and now Sandrock are P-Bandai. Don't get me wrong, I kind of understand what they were going for. For most of their releases, it's just color swaps with brand new weapons, but still, Endless Waltz is very important, at least to the North American audience. And the fact that now they got Bluefin, which was able to give us the Sunriser as a normal release here in America, don't you think Bluefin could have worked out a deal to at least make this a North American deal where we could get this as a normal release? I mean, Gundam Wing is the anime that got Gundam started in America. You'd think they might work with that. I can understand, other things that wouldn't work, but Gundam Wing is important to North America. Alas, there's nothing we can really do about it. So here we go. Here's my review of Sandrock. You'll see Ultron and Death Scythe Hell a little bit later on this channel. Now, let's open up this guy and see what we have here. When you open up the box, you realize that 95% of what was given to you in the normal Sandrock release is here. Nearly every part that was in there is here in just in custom colors. The only slight difference on this kit is you get a brand new inner frame piece for the head, as it allows for color separation for the beam Vulcans. Otherwise, it's Sandrock in custom colors. Matter of fact, they actually give you pieces that aren't in canon with this version of Sandrock. You get the gun and the shield, and not that little shield that you got back in the high grade kit back in 98. It's the same Sandrock shield, which is a little odd. Otherwise, you're only going to get two brand new runners, and those are all exclusively for the cloak, which is a little disappointing, but otherwise, it's everything that you were given. It's familiar territory. We finished building, and now we have Sandrock Custom. If you're familiar with any of the Wing Gundam Master Grade kits, you're going to breeze through this very quickly. The end product looks very great, although I have to say there's a couple of ugly stickers that you have to put on the side skirts to break up the color. Otherwise, you can paint it through. In this build, everything is as it is, other than panel lining, and I did add some metallic green effect to the sensor eyes of both the shield and the head. Look-wise, again, this is just Sandrock in custom colors. There's almost no difference outside the color. Everything that you saw there is there, but that doesn't mean that this doesn't look great. Now let's look at some articulation and see how this thing moves. Okay, so let's start with the head. The head can go up and down, and it has the ability to go 360, but the chin and the side pieces are going to keep you from doing that. The arm can rotate 360 no problem, just make sure you stay away from the chatels, and it can move forward no problem. The elbow has double joints, and you get the swappable hands with a ball peg, so there you go. You can get up and down, and you can go 360, but again, mind the head, no problem otherwise. The side skirts, front skirts, and back skirts can move with almost no problem. The leg can move that high, and you get a beautiful double jointed bend with some slight armor sliding up and down. In the legs, you get double jointed legs that are up and down near the ankle. I would just say the overall articulation is standard for a modern day Master Grade. Nothing really stands out, but nothing's terrible. You want this thing to be solid, and it's rock solid. Now, let's look at Sandrock's normal accessories that are technically not canon. You get the original Sandrock shield here, which is completely unaltered from the original release outside of color. And then you get the beam gun, which again is unaltered. However, for some weird reason, Bandai left out the sensor sticker for this. Don't know why. You can get some pretty posing with either one of them, but still weird that they're here. And now we have the heat chartels, and again they look phenomenal. Weirdly, they're not made of plastic, they're made of this rubbery silver material, which adds a lot of flexibility, but no weight issues here. And you get great posing out of it, and it looks phenomenal. But again, it's exactly the same as the original Sandrock. You're not missing much. Unfortunately, this version doesn't come with the heated versions. Thankfully, though, I never used mine on my original Sandrock, so if you were curious to see what it looks like, there you go. Now, for a lot of people, this is going to be their make or break for why they're getting this kit, and this is the anti-beam cloak. How you install the beam cloak is that you take off the backpack, head, and those side things and take them off completely. You're also going to slide up the armor on the shoulder, and you're going to use those tabs to install it. And I'll say, this looks okay. I always wondered why they included plastic on this thing, but instead of using cloth, but it works. And now you've got Sandrock here standing next to Heavy Arms. And for a good comparison, we have the original Sandrock. And again, I have to emphasize the fact that this is exactly the same as the original Sandrock, now in only custom colors. So if you're wondering whether to get the Sandrock or the custom, look at the two and figure out which one you want to do it. You can also just paint, but here you go. You got them both here, and they both look great here. My final thoughts here on Gundam Sandrock Custom are a little bit of a mixed bag. This kit looks phenomenal, and it moves greatly. It does everything a modern Master Grade to do. Articulation wise, it doesn't really stand out, but it does everything you need, and this kit is rock solid. Now with this release, this is supposed to be a premium product. That's why we've got the P-Bandai logo. However, I feel that this was a little bit half-assed. Now, they give you the beam gun and the shield of the original Sandrock, which is technically, again, not canon with the Sandrock Custom. But they give it to you, and I feel, okay, they gave it to you. But you couldn't give me the heated up versions of the heat shuttles. I mean, you gave it on the normal release. Technically, yes, Capture did not use them in Endless Waltz, but if you're gonna give me the old parts of the original Sandrock, you might as well have given me the heated up versions of the blade, just to make it feel like it's a complete package. Finally, we have to go down to the cloak, and I kind of expected this not to work. I don't know what inspired Bandai to make the cloak plastic outside of articulation. Now, yes, cloth you can't really control that much, but when you add the cloak here, it adds weight issues that weren't there. Sandrock is one of the most rock-solid kits I've ever built, and I've built this twice now, and I've never seen Sandrock slide up and down and unable to move here. It was so sad to see the cloth and how disappointing it was once I put it on. Now, should you get this kit? I'm gonna say no, and here's why. This is Sandrock, just in different colors. You're not missing anything outside of the cloak. If you really want the cloak that badly, go pick up the 1-in-100 and hijack it from there and put it on your painted Sandrock. This is just, I get it, it's P-Bandai and this is what P-Bandai is for, but still, if you can, if outside of really wanting this for Gundam Wing, avoid this. You don't need it. You're wasting a lot of money that can be used to buy the 1-in-100, get that cloak from there, go get a normal Sandrock release and pay it in Sandrock. So, I do not recommend this kit unless you really want Sandrock. This is 101 R Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!